Oh yes. Oh yes. We got to talk about these. All right, let me get straight here. The Galaxy Buds 3 Pro are simply amazing. Yes, your man Mike is back here with another video, back here to talk about the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. These boys right here, Samsung did their thing with these, and I can't even tell you how much I try to put these in just because sometimes because they're so good. And I think I'm gonna change up how I'm gonna talk about the review for the Galaxy Buds Pro this time because there's two specific things that I really like about these Galaxy Buds Pro. And I mean, it's really three, but I'm gonna stick with the two first. And usually I start with the hardware and I get into, no, I'm starting with the software, specifically the voice controls. One of the things that has saved me from touching the buds in my ears, outside of occasional adjustments, is the fact that I can just speak into the Galaxy Buds and I don't have to worry about anything else. Now, primarily, I use them to listen to music. You know, if I'm watching YouTube, it's probably on my TV. If I'm watching anything from that perspective, in terms of like more heavy based entertainment, I'm probably watching it on my TV, or I don't have the buds in and I'm watching it unfolded, right, on my Galaxy Fold 6. But music is the primary source here, and of course, talking to people on the phone. And one of the things that I appreciate so much about these is the fact that I can just talk into them. So if I'm out playing basketball with these and I don't like a song that's currently being played, all I have to do is say next song. That's it. All I have to say is next song. And I can say that five straight times if five straight songs are not ones that I'm feeling like listening to in that moment. All I have to say is next song and it's golden. It switches to the next song. Now, let's say maybe I like the song I was listening to. All I have to do is say previous song and it'll skip right back to the song or start it back over. And then there I go listening to it. Pause music, play music. It pauses, it plays, it DJs for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the Galaxy Buds Pro, the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, simply because the hands-free controls, the hands-free capabilities with these are priceless. And of course, Galaxy AI, no doubt, has much to do with that, I believe, as well. But I also like the fact that it's just simple. I don't have to call out no other source. It's straight to the point. And I will say what will impede the ability, right, or frustrate having to say it multiple times only from time to time is if there's a lot of static noise. So like if I went bowling the other weekend, bowling 195 by the way. Hold up, I might be getting into bowling now. But the atmosphere was loud enough to where like I had to call out next song a little bit louder for the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro to actually pick up my words. And the same can be true or said when outside and there's a lot of wind noise. You have to speak louder for the Galaxy Buds to be able to hear you or hear the command to then execute. So outside of those variances or those variables, I've had no issues with the voice controls. I mean that's the one thing I really like about these is the voice controls. Now staying with software and just talking about just the adaptive audio, if you will, the ability for the buds to switch between transparency and noise cancellation also has been very good because I do a lot of walking now. I try to get my 10,000 steps in because, you know, it's basketball season. So got a tourney coming up and I got to stay in shape, right? Plus, it's just an active goal of mine to try to get 10,000 steps a day in or average 10,000 steps a week. So I'm out and about walking down the street, and the noise cancellation does a good job of suppressing high sounds or high audible noise. So you know, a muffler going crazy driving by, it suppresses the noise. I love it. It's something that I very much so appreciate about these. And then in terms of transparency mode, if it needs to allow more ambient sound in, it will, especially when you're on phone calls. And I also like that ability because it makes the call also sound a little bit more natural in the ears. Of course, you can go, you know, noise cancellation mode or just completely off just to have it more focused on the call quality, but it also feels a little bit more natural with the transparency mode and or the ambient sound infused with the call so that way it feels more natural to talk to somebody. So just from a software perspective in that way, also very well, very good. And again, the controls, if I have to use them, they work very well as well, which kicks me over into the hardware. And the second thing that I like the most about these is surprisingly the ear fit. These fit in the ears so well. Oh man. I thought the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro fit in the ear pretty well. You guys have seen my short on that. It actually did pretty well on the channel. And now I'm trying to kick the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro short, also showing the ear fit test for these. I might do that, might be a running theme whenever I get earbuds, is just do like ear fit tests, because that's a big thing for me. Whether or not I'm just kind of dancing and messing around, do they stay in the ears? If I'm playing basketball, do they stay in the ears? If I'm walking about, do I have to constantly adjust them? Do they stay in the ears? So when it comes to the fit, I'm pleasantly surprised that these fit very well, and they fit better than the AirPods Pro second gen or AirPods Pro 2 for my ears. Now, everybody's ears are different, of course. I just know for me personally, these actually fit very well. I did finally switch the ear tips from the medium size to the small size, and I haven't had any problems with them. And so for that alone, they got to be able to fit in the ears in order to even enjoy using them in the first place. And that's why it is one of the top two things that I like. I should have maybe made it first, because even if the voice controls worked, like if they don't fit in the ears, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But I actually definitely enjoy the hands-free capabilities of these, and the fit. The ear fit is supreme. And that also goes to the build quality, in my opinion, of these, and that these are built very, very nice. I like the blade look. I like the blade shape. I like the moniker of the blade. The blade lights are cool, even though you really don't pay attention to the blade lights at all. Like, they're not even in the mind when you're dealing with these. They look cool with the transparency case. And that's probably why they went with the transparency case, because even they knew, Samsung, that this innovative idea of having blade lights is really, I don't want to say gimmicky, but it's almost functionless, because unless they're in the dark somewhere when you're searching for them and they're pulsating light in order for you to find them, if they're in the case and they you know emit light, you won't be able to see it if you can't see through the case. So I honestly think Samsung really just made the top part transparent to highlight the fact that, oh yeah, that's right, they also glow. So blade lights, cool, not a big deal. But the design of these I actually like, and it's gonna be interesting to see what Samsung does going forward. I think these are probably gonna stick around for another 2 years or so, much like the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro did. But knowing Samsung and how they felt about their recent design language, these might get issued out faster. So we'll see next year. But I definitely can say the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro have been enjoyable from a fit perspective and a usability perspective. Now, battery life is an interesting thing about these, because I don't know what it is, but I don't think I get like 6 hours with these, and it might be because of adaptive audio. I would have figured adaptive audio would have been a little bit easier on battery, just because it doesn't have to prioritize noise cancellation as often. For me, it very much so prioritizes transparency mode more often, because I'm usually in the house. Now, it doesn't do a good job of blocking wind out either. If I had it in full noise cancellation, it probably would then. So for me, it's a little surprising to see that I don't get that kind of battery life out of these. But I'm not also mad, because I don't wear them for that long often. Like, it's usually for a couple hours at most. If I'm on a phone call, if I'm playing basketball, then these are in my ears, and for the duration of that event or that activity. Only a few times have I had these in my ear for like 4, 5.5 ish, 6 hours, and that was when I was doing some deep cleaning at the house. That was pretty much the only other time I could think of that they and I think maybe when I played basketball for like a few hours, I had them in my ears for a good period of time, on top of just vibing out listening to music. So I've had like two instances where I've actually drained the battery on these, and it was probably around the 5 hour time piece there, if you will, that these actually ran out of battery life. And so again, battery life, I guess you could say, is subjective. It depends on how often you wear them, but the case does charge them up very, very fast. The case does a very good job of charging these up really fast, and you're right back to using them again. So for me, when it comes to the overall usability of these, can I recommend the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro? I definitely can. And that is because, again, if you have similar ears or you like the fit's going to probably win you over the most. But the voice controls, the controls in general, even though it's backside, it's easy to get used to. The features that you do have, if you want to take advantage of more of those features, the audio quality is amazing. And you see, I didn't even have to really highlight the audio quality as much, because I was so satisfied with other aspects of it. I mean, audio quality is clearly top three, right? But, and I probably would want to bump that number one, but if they don't fit, then, the audio quality doesn't mean anything. So I could even argue audio quality is really second followed by the voice controls. But the audio quality, again, superb. The only thing I find weird about the audio quality with these is, and it might be Samsung's kind of sound stage or sound volume levels, is that I feel like they're missing a middle ground when you're around like I don't even know what like when I'm around like volume 30, 40. I feel like there should be like a 35. And it seems like whenever you swipe up for volume, it like there's a heavy jump. But then it's like you swipe back down, it feels like it's too low. So it's like you don't want it too loud. You're like, okay, it's a little bit loud. I need that slight little bump down. Now maybe I can adjust that in Sound Assistant within GoodLock, maybe because you can. There's levels to it, but I don't. That's one of the things I found a little wonky is the absence of what feels like a middle ground between certain volume levels. So, but outside of that, the audio quality itself is amazing. It's simply amazing. So let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about Samsung's Galaxy Buds. Do you have a pair? Have you been rocking any of the Galaxy Buds throughout your earbud history? The comment section is open for discussion below. And I also have links in the description box for you guys if you're looking to grab yourself a pair of Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. But again, as always, if you guys haven't already, make sure to like the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. It's all free that makes some videos. So you and I can sit back, check, see what's cracking. And don't forget to hit that super things button down there by the like and dislike button, Cash App, PayPal, and check the channel out for all the videos available to you. That's where to keep tech fresh and alive on this channel. It's your man Micah signing out. Until the next video. Wait for it.